1, 2, get down. Paid the cost to be the boss.
You're probably used to luxury, pools and happily waving flags when you think of being here, but from the air, it's a lot less welcoming. Hot, dry, endless. Frank Zappa once said, "You've got to get out of it to get into it." And in a way, that's what we've got to do now too. Out of the big roads, out of the calling mosques, even out of camels waiting to be fed. We've got to get into the desert. Even Google's not sure where it is.
I'm expecting them to be on top of a motorbike and then for a motorbike to be on top of me.
This, in a way, is the story of C and me.
There's certain techniques and things you need to do that will make it easier. But mostly of all, it's just gas it. Just use the gas.
Yeah.
Cordner is the man who took me out to the wilds of Dubai. I haven't figured out the beard, but it's hella impressive, and I'm sure it would work as a mud guard, if there was any mud. We're at Falcon Camp. It's basically Arabian sandland, and it is hot. And C made me wear protective layers, helmet, gloves, all on top of my very well covered torso. It's basically death and destruction out there, and lots of what you should do is actually counterintuitive to a biker. Don't touch the front brake, stand up unless you've given up using your personal gear stick.
Okay, riding tips.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to try and keep your weight nice and center of the bike. Squeeze with your legs all the time. Nice and straight back, elbows away from your side. Chin up, especially with the front and the sand that moves and it forces the bike to move. If you see one of my hands in the air, it's just my way to warn you that there's danger. It might really be anything, a camel, car, other riders. Mostly it would be for drops. You might be lucky it's flat and you can land it. You might be very unlucky and it's a 20-meter drop.
And then what will happen?
Whoop, and then
Can I hold on to this the whole way? Hanging on for dear life already. Sitting astride a literally glowing hot KTM. The desert is simply beautiful. It's like a sea on land, swirling, changing colour, parting, giving, pushing, taking. You lose yourself in its endless curves. And somehow, this KTM is built to sail this sea. It's exactly right. You're held high and away from the waves of sand which could swallow you instantly. It drives you through the desert tides, engine beating the front wheel through. Its balance lets you change your mind too. Though you swallow hard at the sheer height of a drop, the 450 EXC blasts you to its very edge and, as you crest, lets you navigate a safe surf of each wave and trough as they come. I'm glad C is not just beard. As I came to a stop after a non-stop riding session, all strength had been sapped by the constant heat, the undulations and the razor-sharp responding of the bike. He saved my blushes as I pretty well fell to a halt. The desert lies beneath you, beckoning you to find your level, strut your stuff, do your thing, and the KTM is the perfect partner for it. Tell me about KTMs, because that's what you've chosen.
Just because they're super reliable. They can go forever. The bikes are basically bulletproof.
And you've got a 300 two-stroke and a 450 four-stroke. Why is that? You took the two-stroke. Does that mean you're a smoker, crazy person?
Yeah. I'm a bit of a loose cannon. So just the theory behind the four-stroke and the two-stroke, that is the bike that you're riding is a 450 four-stroke EXC. It basically just say that it's a cross-country gearbox. It's got longer ratio gears.
Okay.
And just the mapping, etc. The engine power is really smooth. It's nice and smooth, controllable.
And then the 300.
It's a bit more aggressive than the standard 450 as an EXC.
Okay. I have one last question to ask you, which I always ask. You're a South African, so you'll know your animals. If these KTMs were animals, what would they be?
That would be like a kudu. It's a big, strong bike. It's very powerful. Nothing really stops it. This would be like a cheetah. More sudden, instant power. There you go.
Sprinter.
Yeah, sprinter.
MX Dubai specialises in running these adventures through Dubai's desert. This bike is so well stuck together it resembles how the sky sticks to the land. It's as tough as a Bedouin's hands around his morning coffee, and after our ride I could barely hold a camera still. All I could do was think about being an ant, minding my own little path in life. The 450 EXC knows the desert. It's almost as if it's alive. Whatever gear you're in, it'll move you. Want to move fast? Its massively knobbled tyres chew their way forward. Want to tease and play your way around trees and rocks and quicksands? And its instant on power puts all the lead you need in your pencil. The KTM just beats on, holds its chain fresh no matter what abuse it gets, ripples its suspension, flicks its tail waiting for more. If I had ever thought KTMs were garish, orange bikes simply looking to be the centre of attention, I shut my face right there and then. These bikes take on the harshest conditions without the faintest hesitation. Which is what I should have done a few minutes later. We all know familiarity breeds contempt. And after going along happily for hour after hour in the Dubai desert, I was taking my time coming down dune. I touched the front brake. It wasn't Charles Atlas kicking sand in my face, it was just what everyone learns. With every thrill comes a spill. Farewell, land of the long sunsets. Farewell, bikes of setting sun orange. If you ever want a bike to trust with your life in a desert, make friends with KTM's 450 EXC. C called it a kudu, an endlessly strong, nimble, tough creature. We're not arguing with C. Kudos, KTM.
There was a camel strolling from the desert one day. When he was shot by two Arabs engaged in a duel across the way. And pretty soon the people would imitate the crazy walk and the crazy sway. The